This is where ancient beliefs collide with the modern world. In today's video, we're delving deep into the mysterious realm of the world's oldest religion, a tradition so astonishing that it might just leave you questioning the very fabric of reality. Join us as we unveil the enigmatic secrets, astonishing rituals, and incredible stories that make the oldest religion in the world nothing short of insane. Let's step back to the history. Between 12,000 to 10,000 BCE, big changes happened in Anatolia, which set the stage for more complex societies. Göbekli Tepe, an old site in southeastern Turkey, dates back to about 10,000 BCE and is one of the oldest human-made religious structures. It has circular stone enclosures with tall, heavy pillars decorated with carvings of animals and symbols. Some think it was a religious center, while others believe it was a social gathering place. Göbekli Tepe existed before pottery, metal tools, and advanced agriculture, suggesting it might have played a role in the shift from hunting to farming. Göbekli Tepe is fascinating because it lacks permanent homes and seems to have been used mainly for religious ceremonies like Stonehenge. It was built around 8000 BCE, possibly as part of a ritual, which has kept it well preserved. This discovery has changed our understanding of early societies, art, and religion. Jericho, one of the world's oldest cities, was likely settled by hunter-gatherers for its fertile land and water resources. In the past, people lived in simple mud brick houses and survived by farming and hunting. Over time, their settlement grew into the fortified city we know today. But even earlier, around 7000 BCE, there was a place called Knossos in Crete. It might be the world's first real city, although not the same as the Minoan palace we know today. Knossos had evidence of buildings dating back to 7000 BCE, when Crete was inhabited by Neolithic communities who practiced agriculture. Homer mentioned these people as the Pelasgians. Now, around 7000 BCE, there were people living in this area who were called the Pelasgians. They were Neolithic communities that practiced farming. Later, between 4500 and 3300 BCE, there was a time known as the Copper Age, also known as the Chocolate Period. During this period, people started using copper tools and weapons alongside stone ones. This led to better farming and hunting, allowing more people to live in the area. With this growth, art, ideas, and religion flourished, and trade networks expanded as communities sought valuable resources like copper. The exchange of goods and ideas made it easier for new technologies and cultural practices to travel to different places. People traded medicines, and the development of metallurgy had a big impact on how societies were structured. Skilled craftsmen who could make copper tools and weapons became important and respected in their communities. This showed how important metalworking was during the Copper Age. Important to mention that rituals were still a significant part of Copper Age life. Impressive structures like Stonehenge in England and the Gigantia temples in Malta were built during this time, showing the advanced engineering skills and religious beliefs of these ancient societies. In ancient times, people started to have more elaborate burial customs, like putting special items in graves and building fancy tombs. This showed they were thinking more about what happens after someone dies and showing respect for their ancestors. During this period, important civilizations like the Sumerians in Mesopotamia, the Minoans in Crete, and pre-dynastic Egyptians along the Nile River began to develop. These early societies created complex governments, big buildings, and advanced art and writing systems. This set the stage for later civilizations in the Bronze Age. As trade grew, ideas and goods from different places mixed, and religion and rituals remained important in people's lives, both culturally and politically. Furthermore, the Proto-Indo-European gods had a big impact on different mythologies like Vedic, Greco-Roman, Sumerian, and Egyptian. These gods likely started in the region around the Black Sea, including parts of Ukraine, Russia, and Kazakhstan. As the Proto-Indian Europeans moved and mingled with other cultures, their religious ideas spread and changed. For instance, in Vedic religion, which began in ancient India around 1500 BCE, gods like Indra, the god of thunder, and Agni, the god of fire, show similarities to Proto-Indo-European gods. Greco-Roman mythology was also influenced by these ancient gods. The Greek god Zeus and the Roman god Jupiter, similar to the sky god Dyaspota. The Greek god Poseidon and the Roman god Neptune are alike, connected to the water god Hypnom-Neptus. The ancient Sumerians, living in what's now Iraq, had one of the earliest writing systems called cuneiform. They worshipped gods like Anu, god of the sky, and Lael, god of wind and storms. These gods influenced the beliefs of later cultures like the Akkadians, Babylonians, Assyrians, and Pelasgians. The Pelasgians, who lived in Greece in the Aegean, practiced a nature-focused religion, possibly influencing early Greek beliefs like the worship of Gaia. In ancient Egypt, before unification, local deities like Horus and Hathor were worshipped, later becoming part of the Egyptian pantheon. The early Egyptians believed in cosmic order, balancing the universe. The Minoans on Crete had a palace with religious frescoes. They worshipped a great goddess associated with nature, fertility, and the underworld, along with a male god. Their religion included rituals, sacrifices, and symbols like a double-headed axe and a serpent. Roman gods had Indo-European connections. Mars was linked to the god of war and storms, Neptune to water and the underworld, and Minerva to wisdom and war. Venus was associated with love and the dawn. Jupiter, king of the gods, was connected to the Sky Father. Odin, Thor, and Tyr were equated with Mercury, Hercules, and Mars in Roman mythology. Odin, also known as Mercury, has intriguing connections in myths from the past. Herodotus makes references to the Hyperboreans, who assert that Hermes is their ancestor, connecting Odin to Mercury. They are descended from Bacchus, the god of fervor, who is also embodied by Odin, according to Julius Caesar. Odin and Bacchus both have a link to a powerful figure in the underworld named Dis. This connection goes back to Greek stories where Bacchus and Hades are very much alike. In Egypt, where Sobek is a devourer and king of the underworld, additional ties are made with Saturn. This connection is highlighted by the merging of Seb and Kronos. A fundamental relationship to time and cyclical creation, evocative of Hindu cosmology, is revealed through Seb's trident, which is similar to Poseidon in its connection to Shiva. Kali, consort of Shiva, echoes these time-related themes. Notably, Saturn and Saturnian symbolism recur in these narratives, heralding a golden age. Also, there is a figure named Calus, often associated with the Vatican and Mithras. Calus was sometimes depicted as an eagle with symbols of planets or zodiacs. In the Mithraic context, Calus was linked to Catus, and could be called Calus Eternus or Jupiter. Some Mithraic temples showed cosmic depictions with Oceanus and Calus. Also, Mitra and Varuna were important deities representing different aspects of sovereignty. Mitra symbolized reason and benevolence, while Varuna represented darkness and inspiration. They were like a dual force in ancient beliefs. The concept of Mitra and Brahman and Varuna as the king of Gandhara was significant. Gandharvas were mysterious beings living beyond darkness. They intervened to restore Varuna's virility, much like a mythological story. This Mitra-Varuna duo resembled the dualism in Greek mythology, with contrasting elements like sky and underworld, light and dark. Some scholars connected Varuna to the sky, similar to the Greek Aronos. Sabazios, another god, was linked to Dionysus, and even Baal. Sabazios was worshipped in Thrace, and identified with Zeus and the sun and moon. His cult involved distinctive rituals, including serpent contact during initiation. The roots of Sabazios are traced back to Zababa, with some suggesting Jewish influence, although this wasn't prominent until the 3rd century BCE in Italy. Zababa, often depicted as a warrior with weapons like mace or bow, was associated with protecting the city and its people. Zababa's connections included the goddess Inanna, either as siblings or spouses. Kubaba, an unusual inclusion due to her gender, was mentioned in Sumerian records as a powerful ruler. The Sumerian title Lugal was applied to her despite its lack of a feminine counterpart. Zababa and Kubaba's legacy extend to Babylon, where Inanna and Nana replaced them as prominent deities, mirroring Roman mythology's Venus and Saturn. Sabazios, a Phrygian god, had lunar symbolism and a connection to the goddess. These shared religious elements across cultures suggest universality in religious concepts traced back to ancient civilizations. And that's all for now. Thanks for joining us in this video. If you found this content engaging, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking insights. And remember, your comments are invaluable to us, so share your thoughts below. Until next time, stay tuned for more intriguing stories.